Hi Internet. Uh, how are you today? I hope you in a good condition. So the topic that I will talk about is my hometown. So there are many points that I will explain. The first of all is my home, and then uh, the potential of my village, and last but not least, bonus I keep you in the end of the video. So the first topic, the first point that I want to talk about is my home. So I will take you for the room tour. Let's get started. So I will take you for the home tour. Let's get started. Okay, this is my house. I supposed to stay there, but because my brother he studies in Bandung, and he came around less than two weeks ago, so he needs to do the quarantine procedure, and it will end a few days to go. I also have a small garden. That's my garage. I also have a dog. Its name is Kimi. It's about its age, about maybe 6 to 7 years old. It's already old. Come on, Kimi. Show your face. And this is the small restaurant that I talked about in the last videos. Unfortunately, we have to close the restaurant because the government say that we have to close the restaurant or store after 4 p.m. So there's no activity to sell something above that time. But we still take the order from people. Usually they call us and they come here to pick up the order. And that's my mom. That's my actual mom. It's my actual mom. Because we are in the village now, there's many plants that we have in the back garden, such as durians, bananas, and also papayas. Look at that. And this is my house. If you look it from the front, it's kind of old house because my grandfather built it for us, for his family. It's been years ago. And this is the condition of the road in front of my house. It's a bit quiet than usual because the government protocols that we have to follow. Can you see the sunset? If you need to order some food, you can call me. You can order some nasi goreng, fried chicken, fried fish, chapchai, and cold drink. Thank you. I'm sorry I can't take you in there because my brother still do quarantine procedure. So sad. Yeah, that's my actual house. So the place that so here is not my actual house. This is my sister's house. So I decided to make my video here because here is not too crowded and quiet, so I can record my voice clearly instead of in my actual house. So crowded because my actual house is located nearby main road. There's a lot of car and bikes. So I decided to record here because my brother still do the quarantine procedure in my house, my actual house. So I have to stay in my auntie's house. So let's move to other point, which is the potential of my village, especially the tourism potential of my village. There's so many potential, such as waterfall, coral reef, and salt making. Okay, let's talk about the waterfall. The people in my village usually call it yeah mampa. That means yeah is water and mampa is fly. So the waterfall itself looks like the water fall from the top. Looks like it's flying. It's flying from top, and it's height about 100 meters from the bottom, from sea level. And then there's so many tourism from the other countries came to visit the waterfall. Actually, there's 3 waterfalls, which are the first is the lowest level, and the second and the third. It's not quite hard to reach the first waterfall because the road not too easy to it's so easy to reach because the government made like a path to go there, so there's easy access to it. And you can ask for the guide if you visit the waterfall for the first time, or you can ask the local people for direction. Okay, the next tourism spot that you can find in my village is Coral Reef. It's been so many years that my village so known well as it's a destination for snorkeling or diving to see the coral reef. You can ask the fishermen or the people that stay nearby the beach, so you can rent the equipment to dive or snorkel. I have some videos from YouTube that expose the beauty of the coral reef in my village. And last but not least, the salt making. I don't know exactly how they make the salt. There's so many steps that you have to do to make the salt. But I found the videos that explain how to make salt from my village. So maybe you can watch it. Check it out.
Sahabat, kebetulan Ragam lagi ada di Desa Tejakula yang masuk wilayah Kabupaten Buleleng. Tejakula terkenal dengan produksi garamnya yang mendunia. Garam Tejakula berkualitas tinggi. Nah, uniknya, cara pembuatan garam di Tejakula masih tradisional. Teknik pembuatan garam Tejakula tak pernah berubah. Diwariskan secara turun-temurun sejak ratusan tahun lamanya. Jika di tempat lain, membuat garam dilakukan dengan langsung mengisi air laut ke tambak-tambak garam, tapi di Tejakula sedikit lebih rumit. Pembuatan garam Tejakula tidak setiap waktu, hanya di kala kemarau saja. Per tahun paling hanya 5-6 bulan saja sahabat. Prosesnya diawali dengan menyiapkan tanah yang sudah dibasahi dengan air laut. Warga sekitar menyebutnya dengan ngewayahin. Tanahnya diambil dari sungai atau kebun yang kaya mineral. Tanah kemudian diratakan di areal tambak seluas 200 sampai 250 meter dengan tulut. Alat sederhana dari kayu. Areal tambak disebut pajegan. Tanah yang sudah diratakan dibiarkan mengering sampai permukaannya retak-retak. Lamanya tergantung terik matahari. Jika sudah nampak retakan pada tanah, petani garam kemudian menggemburkannya dengan menggunakan bangkrak berulang kali agar kandungan garam dan mineralnya tinggi. Baru deh, tanah dinaikkan ke atas tinjung yang dibuat di tengah-tengah pajegan. Tinjung berbentuk kerucut, terbuat dari bambu. Fungsinya layaknya saringan raksasa. Di bawahnya terpendam gerombong sebagai wadah penampungan. Oh iya, sebelum tanah dinaikkan ke atas tinjung, terlebih dahulu tinjung dilapisi dengan pasir hitam yang dipadatkan. Secara berkala, pasir ditambahkan jika dirasa semakin berkurang. Kemudian naikkan tanahnya ke atas tinjung. Wah, berat juga nih. Tapi para petani garam di Tejakula sih sudah biasa. Padahal matahari pas di atas kepala tuh. Pantas rata-rata petani garam berkulit hitam ya. Panas banget sih. Kenapa nggak di pagi atau sore hari aja sih menaikkan tanah ke tinjungnya? Oh, memang harus terik matahari sahabat, agar kandungan garam dan mineralnya semakin baik. Ratakan tanah di atas tinjung dengan diinjak-injak ya, sampai padat. Jika kurang, tambah lagi tanahnya. Rapikan bagian pinggirnya sampai terbentuk seperti mangkuk. Tinjung pun kini siap diisi air laut. Sahabat, proses pengisian air laut ke dalam tinjung dilakukan menjelang sore. Air laut diangkut berulang kali menggunakan sene. Dulu, sene terbuat dari daun lontar, jadi penggunaannya tak awet. Pembuatnya pun kini semakin langka. Sene lalu dimodifikasi menggunakan bahan seng yang lebih tahan lama. Tuh, kebayang capeknya ya, mengangkut air laut dari tepi pantai menuju tinjung. Rata-rata, para petani garam harus bolak-balik sebanyak 20 kali loh. Karena satu buah tinjung berkapasitas 1000 liter. Wah, pantas saja. Badan para petani garam kekar-kekar. Angkat berat terus sih. Sahabat, untuk membantu para petani garam Tejakula, pemerintah mendatangkan mesin sedot air. Tapi tak bertahan lama tuh. Dari 3 unit mesin, hanya tersisa 1 saja. Dan secara kualitas, garamnya pun agak berbeda. Jadi, mengangkut air dengan sene masih yang terbaik. Dan ternyata penggunaan sene tepat sasaran. Karena kadar garam terbaiknya ada di areal 10 cm di bawah permukaan laut. Hebat ya nenek moyang kita, canggih ternyata. Jika tinjung sudah penuh, tinggal dibiarkan aja semalaman. Air tuah atau air yang mengandung garam akan merembes ke bawah dan tertampung dalam gerombongnya sahabat. Air tuah inilah yang nantinya akan menghasilkan garam. Sahabat, tradisi pembuatan garam tradisional di Tejakula sejatinya semakin memprihatinkan. Tak banyak lagi orang yang tertarik melakukannya. Apalagi lahan pun kini semakin berkurang. Keterbatasan ekonomi membuat banyak petani garam menjual lahannya untuk bertahan hidup. Tahun 2004 ada sekitar 125 orang yang berprofesi sebagai petani garam di Tejakula. Tapi sekarang hanya tersisa 20 orang saja yang masih bertahan menjaga tradisi pembuatan garam warisan leluhur agar tidak punah.
Ini punya kakek saya, bapak saya sudah dijual.
Duh, sayang ya kalau sampai kearifan lokal di Tejakula sampai menghilang tak berbekas. Semoga saja pemerintah punya solusinya deh. Sahabat, di pagi hari gerombong yang terbuat dari pohon aren yang dilubangi nampak penuh dengan air tuah. Para petani garam kemudian mengambilnya dan menuangkan pada palung-palung kelapa. Proses pengeringan air tuah di atas palung kelapa menjadi ciri khas pembuatan garam Tejakula. Gak ada deh di tempat lain, unik banget. Garam Tejakula tak diberi tambahan yodium sahabat. Karena kandungan yodiumnya sudah ada karena proses pembuatannya yang orisinil. Jika cuaca cerah dan panas terik, dalam waktu 2 hari, air tuah yang dijemur di atas palung kelapa akan berubah menjadi kristal-kristal garam yang putih bersih. Garam pun siap dipanen. Meski dibuat dengan metode tradisional dan tercipta ratusan tahun yang lalu, kualitas garam Tejakula terbukti yang terbaik. Jadi incaran juru masak internasional loh, karena kandungan mineralnya yang tinggi. Dan jika digunakan untuk memasak, rasa asinnya pas, tidak berubah rasa makanan. Sekali panen dari satu ladang garam atau pajigan menghasilkan 30 sampai dengan 50 kg garam Tejakula. Total per bulannya, para petani garam bisa mengumpulkan 300 sampai 500 kg garam. Jika rata-rata per kilogram garam dijual seharga Rp10.000, total pendapatan petani garam selama 1 bulan kerja mencapai 3 juta sampai 5 juta rupiah sahabat.
Because we have to follow the government's protocol that we have to stay at home. So I decided to make the content based on what I found on YouTube. So I download videos that are related to my topic, which is hometown. And I also get the information about my village, specifically from the website that my village has. Okay, I have a bonus video for you. Do you remember the guy from Australia that go viral because he can speak Balinese? Actually, that guy lives in my village, so he learns how to speak Balinese, and he quite good at it. Maybe you wanna watch the videos when he try to talk or speak Balinese. So check it out.
Kemudian Icang,
Yeah.
Top bosan metakon. Nuluk lu di lorongnya.
Wih, salut, salut.
Pang bersih tonggosnya.
Yang kenapa?
Yang kenang be kelakar mandos detu.
Ini ada nih, ada nih.
Made Jimmy
Mandi
Suputra.
Jimmy. Uling hijau ada Jimmy.
Asalnya
Asal asli.
Swarga. Bedor. Second.
Second.
Oke, kasih tamu dulu, Pak.
Oke.
Silakan, silakan.
Kayah Dumon.
Iya, makasih Jimmy.
Okay, maybe that's all about my hometown. From my home tour, my village potential, and the bonus stuff. If you want to know more about my village, you can search on YouTube Desa Lestenya Pulau Buleleng, so you can know my hometown. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe my YouTube class. Thank you so much, and stay at home.